Okay, good. We're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. I forgot to change the picture. Hold up. I just noticed that right now. Oops. Sorry, I was just monitoring the stream on my side over here, so I might hear just a little bit of an echo. There we go. So, yes, we're going to be continuing with the side story for Yuri this time. Hopefully... Okay, there we go. So we're going to be continuing the side story for Yuri, which will be starting with reflection. Which it looks like he's going to be focusing on Yuri and Monica. I almost forgot her name for a second there. Okay, yes, begin it. So, go straight into it. Let's continue down this rabbit hole. Am I bothering you? No. Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always look so into it when you're reading. It makes me scared to interrupt. Hello, Mental Paradox. Nice to see you again. If you didn't hear earlier, we're going to be doing Yuri's side story, so if that's what this is, and guess what? I forgot to mute my phone. There we go. Makes me scared to interrupt. Well, it's within my expectations to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. That makes sense. I guess if you're here in the first place, then you're more ready to socialize, even if it takes a little bit of prodding. It's not so bad to be social if I let others do the work, so it can be healthy to put myself in a social environment where every now and then. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone is being too silly for me to keep up with. Yuri glances around the room at Sayori and Natsuki. Sayori has her head cocked back and her mouth open, trying to catch pieces of a cookie, and Natsuki is lobbing into the air, but the pieces keep bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. Maybe I should say something? No need. They just ran out of cookie. What a waste. They've really become good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Sayori seems particularly good at making that happen. But the two of them are both on the energetic side, so I suppose it works out well. Yeah, come to think of it, you and I haven't had many chances to talk one-on-one, have we? Though that may be partially my fault since I'm supposed to be the one engaging club members. Not at all. I've probably formed a habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. The responsibility is equally on me, at least to display some openness to engage. Well, what about during times like lunch? Do you meet up with friends? I just read. Oh. But I like it that way. It feels nice to be carried off again after a morning of classes. Do you always read fantasy? Oh, not always. I suppose it's all I've read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of the series. There are still 2 more books after this one. Is that kind of hinting at the fact that there are going to be 2 more games after Doki Doki? Huh. I guess those long books suit you well since you spend so much time reading them. Well, fantasy may be my favorite, but after that, I'm more or less indiscriminate. Indiscriminate. 2 genres. I'll read anything with depth and maturity. Sorry, I was in the way. I couldn't see the last part. Oh yeah? Even, like, romance? Well, there are a lot of books that have elements of romance in them. Oh, come on, Yuri. You know what I mean. Monica lowers her voice. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I won't tell anyone if you do too. Maybe more when I was in middle school. I mean, I was really lonely and people were mean to me a lot. So it kind of felt like, please don't make me think about the past. Embarrassing teenager face. Was it preteen? Sorry, I just got super curious. You know, we should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That would be so much fun. Absolutely not. Really? Even if it was just between us? Try asking someone who has no shame, like Natsuki. Ouch. Ow, that really did hurt. Ouch.
Sorry, I swear, I didn't mean that.
Well, I guess it was my fault for pressing you. I'm like that for things in my past, too. You know, things I feel too embarrassed to re-experience.
There's nothing wrong with growing out of things. It happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga reminds me quite a bit of how intense I used to be about my own interests. It makes me think that she'll likely grow out of it too.
Oh, shoot. Hey, were you talking about me?
No, we were just...
Oh, we were just talking about how interests have changed over years. How our interests have changed over the years. When did you get into manga, Natsuki? Like a couple years ago, I guess. I was already sort of into it before that, but I wasn't really going hard until then.
Oh yeah?
What was it that inspired you to get more into it? I don't know. I guess, let me think. It was after I discovered a series that I really liked. Yeah, I was just like really fed up with a lot of things, and I got super into this one series that I really related to. I guess I had an edgy phase where I just hated everyone around me and wanted to be by myself. Hey, kind of like Yuri. Nice, Monica. Oh my god. Oh. I expect nothing less from Monica, I guess.
Monica?
Sorry.
That's completely wrong, so...
It's still cool that you both really found your thing. They're almost like opposites, but it sounds like they helped you a lot through hard times. You know it! Wow, what the heck? Is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading?
It's technically slightly longer, but not by very much.
How high do you think it would go if you stacked up the whole series? I'm actually interested in that too. I've actually been thinking about stacking all of my books on top of each other. I just curiosity to see how high they would go. I have a section of my house has a really tall ceiling, so I might try it actually. Now this is really making me want to. Natsuki estimates by holding her hand high above her head, sizing up an imaginary stack. I should get one of those mangas that's like 50 volumes long so I could say I've read more than you. Not that I have the money for that.
Please, that would hardly count when your books only have a few words per page. Yuri, shut up!
I know, I was just joking. I could never actually read books like yours. It's too boring for me. Oh shoot, I thought Natsuki was gonna take offense to that for a second. Yuri shoots a glare at Natsuki.
It's not boring.
Chill, I said for me, not for you. I can have my own opinion. I just think it's too convoluted. Sayori, are those from the floor? This is a funny side story. This is a really funny side story. That or I have the giggles today. Like gross. Also, wash your hands before touching any books. Well, my hands aren't dirty. Just do it. The oils are there even if you can't see them. Fine. Sayori trots out the door and Natsuki follows. Yuri, you look a little upset. It did, right? It's funny.
What kind of nerve does she have to call my hobby boring?
Well, she did correct herself.
Hardly, she was so condescending. I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand that it's not for everyone. But she knows well how much these mean to me, so how about just leaving me alone instead of needlessly telling me the things you hate about it?
I'm sorry, Yuri. You may be right. This won't be the last time people have Sorry, I'm just seeing that right now. I'm dropping frames big time, so I'm kind of looking at that right now. I wanted to pick up before I continue, so it's not all weird sounding. Is it going to be picking up, or is it going to keep dropping? looks like it's fine right now. I'll just continue. It looks okay. Come on, pick up more. Okay, it's picking back up, so it should be okay. It might be a little bit choppy. I hope the audio doesn't become choppy, but it should be okay. I don't know why I just decided to drop. I dropped the settings out even more, so it should be better, but I guess that's not my life right now, is it? Anyways, okay, let's continue. You may be right. This won't be the last time people have strong feelings about what they like and don't like, especially in a literature club, so I should figure out how to mediate discussions to keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed by the level of creativity in your books and also your ability to get through them so quickly.
Thank you.
Okay, well, this is something that I'll have to think about and revisit. I'm sure I can help Natsuki find some common ground with you. Common ground
isn't necessary. I just wish to be respected.
Then, either way, I'll do my best.
I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. I trust you, Monica, but I'm skeptical.
Okay, cool. It's picking back up. And it's dropping again. And it's back up. It just can't make up its mind right now, can it? That was some weird music. I've never heard it like that before. Okay, everyone. We have a special club meeting today. As you know, the Literature Club is a place where we get to share things that we're really passionate about. There we go. But that also means we should be mindful of how we respond to each other's feelings. I think we have a chance to turn our differences into positive energy for each other.
Aren't you being a little dramatic about this?
This is important to me. Wait, why did I go to the mic for that one? Whoops. Well, sorry, I got being accused or something. No, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm sorry if I came off that way. But our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language, and I thought it would be a good topic for the Literature Club, don't you think? I'm sure we're going to have differences in opinion, a lot, so I need to make sure we're prepared to keep a positive atmosphere in the club. If you say so. Okay, it's good on your end? Yeah, I don't know why. You might want to check to make sure that the stream is saying live, unless you just want to watch the stuff that you missed, but yeah, it's dropping on my spot right now. It's like in the red zone still, and it won't pick up, but I'm monitoring. It dropped again. Right, dang it, it did. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Dang it, might have to call my internet provider, because that's what it looks like. It's why it's dropping on my side. Oh, it's picking back up. It's going back up. Did it just drop again? No, it's okay. All right, it's in the green right now. I'm gonna continue this, and hopefully it stays there. Okay. Sure. The cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea or emotion. We have a lot of control over what we want the other person to feel when receiving our thoughts. This goes for poetry, narratives, casual conversation, basically anything. For example, Sari, what's your favorite food? I had them organized by category. Should I start with snacks, or do you mean full meals? Should I include breakfast? That's not good. Oh, jeez. Okay, how about your favorite fruit? That's easy. Cherries. Really? What's your guys' favorite fruit? What about yours, Mental Paradox? What's your favorite fruit? I have to say, probably dragon fruit for me. It's very close tied between figs and dragon fruit. Really? I always thought cherries tasted nasty. What? Cherries are delicious! Whoa, that's a pretty strong reaction. Well, I just don't understand how somebody could think cherries are nasty. How does it make you feel? I don't know. Sad? Defensive, maybe? Yeah, I got defensive. See, the reason you had such a strong reaction wasn't just because I don't like cherries. It's because you felt like your opinion was under attack. But that's weird, right? Something like taste is completely subjective. But when I say something like, I think cherries taste nasty, I'm using objective language. I'm challenging Sayori's reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is that cherries are nasty. I figured that Monica would be good at this particular thing because wasn't she in the debate club? So she would be good at like arguments and how to phrase your words and all that without attacking others. Apples or oranges? Really? Wow. I never actually met anybody who liked apples or oranges. Apples aren't bad. They're good. Certain types are good. And oranges, those are good too. But I've never actually met anybody who said those were favorite. That's interesting. Wait, hold on. How is that objective when you just said it was only your own opinion? It has to do with the way our brains interpret the words. You're talking about the reality of the cherries, not your feelings about them. Like Sayori. Let's rewind for a second and pretend I didn't tell you that I think cherries are nasty. Good! So, what if instead of that, I said, like, I've tried cherries and they're not for me. It's not the kind of flavor I enjoy. Well, that's fine. As long as you don't call them nasty. Nasty is a nasty word. Okay, so cherries was kind of a weird example, but I think it gets the point across. This time around, instead of talking about the cherries, I just talked about my feelings, and Sayori didn't get defensive. So instead of clashing with each other, it's like we received an invitation to talk about our differences. Yuri, you don't need to take notes. I'm not going to quiz you or something. You know, I'm kind of the same person though. I'd be like, any good advice I hear, I want to know it, or like remember it, and I have pretty bad memories sometimes about conversations. So I would jot down notes too, or record it.
I know that. I was just...
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you like. But does anyone have any thoughts so far? Yeah, I just feel like I shouldn't have to put all my language through a filter just to protect someone's feelings. Well, you don't have to. The choice is yours on how you want to come across to other people. I'm only suggesting it as a tool to help turn your differences into a positive experience, rather than an argument. Right, Sayori? Whatever you say, cherry hater. Oh, come on. Sayori, I actually like cherries. I was just saying that to help demonstrate. What the heck? I've been duped. I'm sorry, Sayori. I'll make it up to you later. How about a cherry sundae? You are welcome to dupe me anytime, my beloved president. Yeah, I'm kind of the same with my favorite fruits. I would have to say it's dragon fruit, figs, and then mangoes. And I've been eating those every single time for breakfast and throughout the days. So I get what you're saying. Classics. Yeah. I could see that with my own favorites too. Just enjoy them. But for classics, I guess you're just a classical person. You're welcome to dupe me anytime, my beloved president.
Buying your people's loyalty. How deplorable.
Deplorable. Oh, I like you would turn down a free sundae, Yuri. You were certainly a fan of those cupcakes I brought in the other week.
I was reading and not keeping track of them.
Was she eating a ton of cupcakes? Oh, that's enough. We're getting off topic. So now that we have the gist of it, how about we try it with something more relevant to the club? Like manga, right? Let's try to have a productive discussion about our differences in opinion. Yuri, do you want to start? Uh-oh.
Well, I'd rather not, no.
How come?
Well, because I don't see how anything productive could come from that.
Oh, shoot.
It's just going to start a fight.
Okay. No, it'll be fine. That's why I'm here to moderate. Let's just have a calm and rational discussion. Yeah, give me a little more credit. I'm not a child. You don't have to coddle my feelings. I
I always think that it's more respectable to just speak your mind.
Respectable?
Yuri's expression changes at that word. As Monica recalls, being respected was the crux of the matter for Yuri. Well, the point of the exercise isn't exactly like...
It's fine. I have nothing against anyone personally. You're entitled to enjoy whatever it is you like. I just prefer more depth and nuance in my reading material. I look for stories that are imaginative and sophisticated beyond the surface level.
Yuri! Oh, well that's just a misunderstanding then. I thought you were gonna say that manga's for children or something. Like, I don't hear enough of that. But there's plenty of deep manga.
I'm not clueless about manga. I've read my own fair share when I was younger.
What? Are you serious? How come you never told me?
Because I'm past that point in my life. I really prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature things now.
Oh. Yep, this is gonna get messy. Monica. Monica's face right now is exactly how I feel. It's like, oh shoot, we're dead. Excuse me? Okay, hold on. Can I jump in here? Let's try to keep things subjective. Because if you imply that manga is immature, then aren't you implying that someone is immature for being into it? Uh-oh. Well, maybe it's immature to judge people for having different tastes than you. Natsuki? Nobody's immature! I've read Natsuki's manga and Yuri's fantasy, and I love them both in their own way. Okay. It's great that you like it, but I still find it boring. Boring isn't subjective. Okay, it bores me. That's subjective. But, I mean, the thing about... Uh-oh. This is falling apart real fast.
This is ridiculous. Do you see why I didn't want to participate in this? I knew it was just...
It's always around this time they bark, isn't it? Oh well.
I knew it was just going to make people upset.
I'm not upset. Like I said, I don't care about what other people think. But I always got the impression that you secretly looked down upon me, so I'm glad my suspicions were confirmed.
That's not true at all. You're making assumptions. You can't blame me for getting defensive, but nobody ever has the least bit of respect for the things that I'm into. The only thing I look down upon is when people make fun of me for just being myself and trying to mind my own business.
What? Have you looked in a mirror? Tell me again about respect after calling all of my interests immature. Good try. Yeah, you tried your best. You really did. It's all falling apart though. Tell me again about respect after calling all my interests immature.
You can't.
Please stop. Please. You don't mean the things you're saying right now. Let's just be friends. I didn't mean for this to happen.
Well, it did. So please don't invite yourself to try and solve other people's problems next time, okay?
Ouch. Yuri's piercing words send the clubroom into a choked silence as she gathers her things. She leaves. Holy crap. Never heard her sound like that before. She must be so pissed. Well, you weren't very nice either, so I was just saying, how did this happen? It's my fault. Yuri wasn't wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate a conflict when I know how bad I am at dealing with conflicts. That was a really stupid thing for me to do. It's nobody's fault, and it wasn't stupid. Everyone in the club is a nice person. Nobody would have expected this. But I guess we're sensitive about the things we really love. Honestly, she kind of brought it upon herself. Like I said, I don't care if you're not into manga, but if you actually look down on other people for it, that's kind of the point I was trying to make in the first place. It's not about sugarcoating things, it's just about recognizing and understanding our differences. Okay, but here's the thing about that. Yuri actually looks down on me. It has nothing to do with her word choice or anything like that. So I see what you were trying to do, but I really think the problem here is her, not just like the way we talk to each other, right? I mean, Yuri isn't like that. She's a lot sweeter than you're giving her credit for. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. I actually think everyone should. It'll be fine. I'll figure something out. Wow, I'm just like saying that instinctively. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems. This wasn't your fault, Monica. You don't have to beat yourself up over it. If you ask me, it's good that the truth finally came out. Because I could just move on now. But, it's fine, I promise. Let's just get our mind off this, okay? In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about feeding Yuri's superiority complex. Don't be mean. I'll talk or read manga or whatever you want, but don't be mean to my friends, okay? Sorry. I'm just bitter. Everything will be okay. I mean, I don't have the answers, but I at least know that we're all good people and don't want to hurt each other. Oh, that's a painful sentence coming from her. This will be a learning experience. Monica says that, but her uneasiness is given away by how much she has to force the reassurance and reassuring tone in her voice. This was bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri have always engaged with each other and the least out of anyone, and this is the reason. As Sayori and Natsuki proceed to distract themselves with manga, Monica sighs to herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. Will the club really have to just come to terms with the fact that some members will be incompatible with each other? Monica desperately doesn't want to admit that, and she knows Sayori doesn't either. But for once, a solution doesn't seem to be in sight. Sheesh. Ah, sheesh, that was sad. Ooh, we have stuff. Okay, well, we'll do that after we finish reflection. Yes. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Oh, this is sad. Is there a delay? Okay. A new day arrives. Sayori arrives at the clubroom earlier than usual. That is, not late. As she enters, it appears to be empty still. So she sits down at a desk and pulls out a sheet of paper primed to jot down her thoughts. Sayori has made a habit of scribbling her thoughts and feelings onto paper whenever possible, as it tends to serve as her inspiration for poetry. My heart feels vacant because a ship sailed away. Yo. Ah! Natsuki? Natsuki pokes her head out from behind the closet door. Haha, sorry, didn't mean to scare you. But am I robot? I think I'm robot, aren't I? Hold on, let me make sure I'm not robot. Okay, I'm not robot. Good. I just checked it real quick. But it would have been a lot more awkward if I didn't say anything. I'm kind of those people who, like, I see somebody in a certain room and I'm like, don't notice my presence. I walk in and I give them a heart attack. I really should learn to say something. But then when I say something, I still scare them. I don't know what to do anymore. I doubt you want me listening in on your poetry thing. Yeah, thanks for realizing that. Should I let you finish that up then? Oh no, it wasn't. I mean, I just do it whenever it's convenient. You're not interrupting. Where's Monica, by the way? Oh, she's out in the hallway. Yes. Oh, she's out in the hallway. Huh? Why? Well, just in case she runs into Yuri. Sometimes Yuri is too nervous to come into the clubroom by herself, so... Oh, geez, does Yuri really let things bother her for that long? She can't control her feelings. For some people, it's really hard to cope when you get a bad thought in your head. Maybe you can distract yourself for a little while, but as soon as it's just you and your thoughts again, it comes back. Yep. I just want us to have a normal club meeting. It's a lot easier to pretend like it never happened if we all just ignore it and move on. Oh my gosh, it's like from the second act. When Natsuki and Yuri had that fight, but it was worse. Because it was the second act of the story. And the next day she just forgot everything. Huh. Kind of will see a lot of mentions in these side stories related to the main game, don't we?
I don't want to be bothered by this. So stupid. Her opinion of me doesn't matter anyway. Besides, it makes me feel really guilty, and I hate that too. It's okay to have feelings. It doesn't make you weak. Let's figure this out together. Fine. Only because you're good at this stuff. Let's try to come up with a happy scene. Maybe that will help us understand where your bad feelings are coming from. Well, I was happy the way things were before we had to have that conversation yesterday. What part of the conversation made you upset? Well, is it Yuri being mean about the manga? Maybe. I doubt it though. Because my friends and other people make fun of manga all the time, but I just brush it off and ignore them. But something about it really got to me this time, and I hate that I'm letting that happen. Is it because it came from Yuri? No, why would that matter? I mean, oh, it was because it came from Yuri! well, maybe. I hate that she thinks she's so much better than me just because she likes to pretend to be all sophisticated. Yeah, that's what it is. At least other people decide that they don't like me or manga or whatever, but Yuri acts like she's too good to even give it a chance. Yeah, it does say that in the heading, doesn't it? About being unrelated. I wonder if it has to do with that development kind of idea that this is that VM1, which is the main game, and then the side stories are probably like a different simulation that's inputted. Maybe like testing like what would happen if they hide it more from Monica. That's probably like the messages we were seeing earlier from the workers from that meta universe company. Maybe that's what that was talking about. Not as much as the side stories are just made up randomly. That's what I was just thinking earlier. I'm sorry. Everyone deserves a chance. Yeah, exactly. Would you give Yuri's book a chance? Ha, after this? Obviously not. What about before this? Well, I would until I got bored, which didn't take very long. But if you actually keep an open mind, then it's not hard to realize that a story can be deep and meaningful without being needlessly complicated. I see. But you know, I like Yuri's books. Yeah, but you like manga more, right? Uh-oh. Yuri shakes her head. I like them both. I like them in different ways, but I like them both. I mean, the manga, it's really honest and fun and easy to just let go with. And the fantasy has a lot to interpret and uncover. It's really rewarding to have some good quiet time together with it. But the most important thing is that both the manga and the fantasy are true to themselves. So I love them both. And I think there's room for both of them to be in the same club together. And I just feel like maybe they have more in common than you would think. Hold on, I'm gonna drink something real quick. Okay. How do you get along with everyone so well? I always get into fights with people. Like, first it was with Monica when I was new to the club, and then it was with you, and now it's Yuri. And I'm almost like, oh, that person's just being such a jerk, and if they just realized that, then we could at least get along. But nobody else has that problem. I just keep running away from the reality that everybody's just a jerk to me because nobody likes me. And I don't know why, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I hate it. Natsuki. Sayori puts a comforting hand on Natsuki's shoulder. You're a wonderful person. You deserve to be loved as much as everyone else. Everyone has different ways they like to communicate, you know? And sometimes that makes it harder for us to understand each other. I think that sometimes we get lucky and we make friends who are really good at the same kind of communication, and it feels like you magically connect with them. But other times, even if both people are really nice, it's easy for them to misunderstand each other or to get the communication wrong. It's something that Yuri struggles a lot with too. It can be really hard. It takes a lot of, reflection and self-awareness. And, well, I hate seeing this word because it's so hard. I know what it is. Hold on. Vulnerability. There we go. It just throws me off when I see it. I know how to say it, but not when I see the word. I'm bad at that one. There it is again. Vulnerability. I always have to be the strongest. What do you mean? Tell me about that part of you. Well, it sounds stupid, but I'm really used to people being mean to me. Like my friends, and I guess my dad, like when I don't get good grades, or even stupid things like if my room isn't clean. Oh god, good thing I don't have a dad like that. Oh boy, I'd be getting in trouble every single day. So what am I gonna do? Cry about it? If I let myself get upset, then it's just letting them win. I'm better than that. I'm better than all of them. So things always have to be everyone else's fault. It feels like if something goes wrong and there's even a tiny hint that it might be my fault, then I just get really angry and I find ways to blame everything else instead. Do you see yourself better than Yuri? If I said that, then I would just sound really full of myself. No! Our thoughts and our feelings are two different things. Even if we don't like our feelings, we have to understand them if we want to learn more about themselves. That's a part of vulnerability. You know, accepting that we have feelings that we don't like. I hate that. My feelings make me a bad person. Because my feelings just want to tell me that I'm so much better than her. That she's a judgmental know-it-all who's stuck in her edgy phase and that I'm just way above that garbage. But I'm terrible for feeling that way. You're not terrible. You are not your feelings. But you are not your feelings. Say that to yourself, out loud. Fine. I am not my feelings. The way that I like to picture it is that those feelings are like your roommate. You live in the same house and you gotta see each other every day. And even if you can ignore each other most of the time, you're gonna run into each other every now and then, and it's gonna make you feel like poop. So, the other option is to get to know each other. You can communicate and learn from each other, and maybe even help each other change for the better. Does that help you understand? That's a good way to think about it, actually. How do you know so much about this stuff? I just have a roommate that can be really hard to get along with. Called depression. Depression? But you're, like, the happiest person I know. I am not my feelings. I want to be a good person like you. Aw, you little sweetheart. We're all good people. You, and Yuri, and Monica, and I think Yuri will eventually learn that about you. Natsuki remained silent, feeling a little overwhelmed. Despite Sayori's kind reassurance, a complicated mixture of pain and sadness seems to fill her as though flowing from a wound inside her. Was it a result of her vulnerability? No, it wasn't as though she was inflicted a wound after becoming vulnerable. It was as though she began to rediscover an old wound, one that cannot simply be bandaged and left alone any longer. Ooh, is that what the next side story will be about? Wait, I clicked the respect one, right? Or reflection one? Yes, I did, okay? And I was like, uh-oh. Yuri, what are you doing all the way over here? I was looking for you.
Please don't yell at me.
Oh, I'm not going to yell at you. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry about what happened yesterday. It was unfair for me to put everyone on the spot like that. Next time, I won't just try to jump in and solve everyone's problems. I get this bad habit of mine.
You're not mad at me?
I thought you were the one mad at me.
I was so awful yesterday.
Yuri curls up, recalling the details of the argument.
I can't even have a normal conversation without saying something wrong, and
okay, are we back? I just saw that right now. It jumped tremendously. I might have to cut this stream short. Not right now, but later. Because I have no idea why internet connection is so bad today. Might have been because there was a storm yesterday. so that might be the issue. Alright. It should be fixed. You say it's back? Okay. I'll believe in your words. If not, it's your fault, mental paradox. Did we skip anything? Yuri pauses for a second, then manages to nod. Monika takes a seat next to her on the staircase. I'm having a lot of negative thought patterns, and I can't get away from them. What kind of negative thought patterns? It did too? Yeah. It was such a bad storm yesterday. My poor dog, I have a pug, and she was so scared. She was all curled up. I was so sad. Come on, you know this is normal now, right? Every single thing that goes wrong is always your fault.
Like everyone hates me, especially Natsuki.
Aw, that's terrible. I don't think Natsuki hates you.
How do you know?
Well, because Monika thinks back to the time that she herself found herself in an altercation with Natsuki, and how a display of maturity from Monika was enough for Natsuki to reevaluate her own feelings as well. I think Natsuki is just naturally defensive. I think she acts mean when she feels the need to protect herself. But she's really not a bad person. In fact, I think she can be really thoughtful and considerate. I guess the way it works is that she wants to receive some degree of kindness first before she feels comfortable returning it.
Oh, but that means the burden is on me. And I don't know how to say things that make people like me. Every time I open my mouth,
Yuri shakes her head at herself and tugs on her hair. It's okay, Yuri. You don't need to beat yourself up. I think everyone would like you if they had the chance to get to know you.
Well, unfortunately, the opposite is true. That's why I'm not talkative anymore in the first place, because everyone used to think I was weird and talk about me behind my back. That's just what happens when I draw attention to myself. Natsuki even said she found it more respectable when people speak their mind, so I did, and then she hated me anyway. That was enough to confirm my fears.
But Sayori and I like you, and we've gotten to know you a lot by now, right? Yuri doesn't seem to have a response. Hey, what do you think of Natsuki?
I don't think about her.
That's not what I meant, really.
I just...
I was just wondering if you had an opinion of her.
I do.
What is it?
Natsuki seems to bring out the worst in me, and I feel really ashamed of it. I like to think of myself as a fairly sophisticated person, so for someone to just treat me like I'm inferior despite my tastes, that's just the worst kind of insult coming from someone like her, and it makes me think bad things about her. But everyone else seems to like her, so the only explanation is that it's me who's doing something wrong again, and my feelings about her are wrong, and I'm wrong to get upset over something so childish and inconsequential.
Blech, saliva. No, Yuri, feelings are never wrong.
Well, they're not right.
That's the thing. Feelings are never right or wrong, you know? They're just a state of being that we don't always have control over. But that doesn't mean they have to control us. I feel like that's something I learned around when I first started the club. We can hate ourselves for feeling a certain way about things, or we can, just acknowledge that they exist and try to understand them better. But I could never be mad at you for just feeling a certain way. It's about how you handle them. And I think working through feelings is a great opportunity for teamwork. Yuri wears a dejected expression.
You make it sound so easy. You're so mature and so good with people. I feel like such a child in comparison.
Oh, Yuri, I'm far from perfect, but these are learned skills. They didn't come naturally to me either. It's really hard to reflect on yourself and separate your feelings from your thoughts.
I just want to be a good person.
Well, I think it takes a good person to get this far.
That's not good enough. I want to be able to communicate it to her. Communicate
what?
how I feel. How it makes me feel frustrated and upset when she's so negative and dismissive of the things that mean so much to me. And how it reminds me of me.
What just popped up on my phone?
Because I know what it's like to feel misunderstood and angry at everyone. I know that telling yourself you're better than everyone else is just a defense mechanism. We're just people. We're fragile and unstable. But I'm just tired of that getting in the way. I can't stand it when the peace is disturbed like this.
Yeah, you can't focus on your reading when the piece is disturbed, right?
Because the literature club should be happy for everyone.
Monica looks at Yuri in adoration. I feel like Sayori must be rubbing off on me, because I really want to hug you now. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable.
No, I mean, well, if you wanted to, then I wouldn't really mind, so...
Oh! Monica pulls Yuri into a short embrace. You're so gentle, and I love when you communicate your feelings. I feel lucky to get to see that side of you, and I'm sure Natsuki will too.
I'm going to write her a letter.
Oh, a letter? What a great idea.
Just because I'm not good at talking, especially under pressure, I always let my feelings get the best of me and I forget to say all the important things and I say things I don't mean.
Yep, same here. I also do that too, and there's like stuff I can't get across and I know because I can't say it under pressure. Just writing a letter really helps all the time. It also gives you a time shot to reread it and be like, is this really what I mean? Is this really what I want to say before actually giving it? That's good practice, actually. Well, I think a letter would be wonderful. Such a nice way to communicate. Yuri's face hardens and with determination.
People don't naturally gravitate towards me like they do for you and Sayori. My personality just isn't suited for that, and I wouldn't want it to be. But something I learned is that friendships don't always just magically appear out of thin air. For instance, I never would have seen myself making friends with someone like Sayori. We're opposite in a lot of ways, but I'm friends with her because she puts so much effort into understanding me, so that way we can get along. I think it was the same with you. You both gave me a lot of time and patience, and I wonder if she feels the same way.
Natsuki? Yuri nods. Oh my gosh, she talks a lot.
I always thought that if I wanted to make more friends, I had to be somebody that I'm not. That there's a type of person or a magical formula I have to follow in order to make someone like me. And that's just like me to think that way. Always so occupied with myself that I fail to understand other people.
Yuri shakes her head. Yeah, I do too. I try, but then I sort of just kind of like clam up and stay quiet because I know I just can't. It's a hard time for me. I was homeschooled, so I have a hard time dealing with people in general. So it's a bit difficult for me. So it's been pretty good practice though. Is that writing a letter and then rereading it and thinking like, man, these are my thoughts in the heat of the moment. Like I always do it like right after a conversation, or I know that conversation is coming up. I do it right then and there, and then I'll read it, and then I kind of get what I was trying to say, and then also what not to say, and it kind of developed my skill for talking to people, and especially in the heat of the moment, stuff like that too. So it's actually good practice. I really would recommend it though, if you ever have any problems with that. If you end up saying things you don't mean, or it's just hard to get your what you're trying to say across to the other person.
Friendship happens when you think about the other person. when you offer time and effort to understand them and respect them and trust that they also want to be a good person. That's what I learned through my observation in the literature club.
Observations? Oh, that's what Monica. I thought that was us for a second. I don't know why. Monica is caught by surprise. Yuri has always kept to herself so much that it's so unusual to hear her suddenly talking about the club like this. But Yuri gently smiles to herself.
You always let me listen to your thoughts about people, Sayori too, and it makes me happy because I learn a lot of things.
That's so sweet. I had no idea it meant that much to you. Monica never thought much of it, but in the past weeks, Yuri always seemed to be especially attentive when it came to the problems and concerns of others, always wanting to listen and learn more about her friends in the club. It's true, Sayori and Monica are naturally more comfortable with other people and can more easily work through situations of conflict, but that doesn't make them better people. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses and the capacity to improve. And the first step towards improving oneself is reflection and self-awareness. It's something that Yuri never gave herself enough credit for, but that Monica can recognize as an incredible trait. And with that, her confidence in the club is restored. Very shy girl with long pretty hair is wandering the bustling lunchtime hallways, her fist pressed into her collarbone. When she finds the literature club president's classroom, she stands at the door and glances all around her before peering inside. Monica is sitting and chatting with a group of unknown friends. Yeah, as expected, this was a bad idea after all. Suddenly, Monica glances towards the door and makes the girl... That always freaks me out. You're kind of looking in and you're like, I know that person. And I don't want to bug them. They're busy doing something. Then all of a sudden, they just, turn their head straight towards you. You're like, what the heck? How did you know I was here? That is always the most terrifying things to happen. Suddenly, Monica glances towards the door and makes the girl panic and duck out of sight. Before she can regain composure and decide for sure to leave, the classroom door gently opens. Yuri, what a surprise to see you during lunch. Yuri squeaks a response.
Please help me.
What? Is everything okay? Yuri shakes her head.
I don't know how to write letters.
Thank goodness, I thought there was some kind of emergency. Monica briefly glances over her shoulder at her other friends. Do you want some help? You can go find an empty classroom or something.
Is that okay? I feel bad taking you away from your friends.
It's totally fine, I promise. We weren't really doing anything. One sec. Monica trots back into her classroom, says something like, I gotta go, to her friends, and grabs a pen off her desk before returning to Yuri. Okay, let's find somewhere quiet. That's actually really nice of Monica to be able to be like, hey, my friends, see you later. I have a priority right here. That's actually really sweet of her. I mean, I guess it's common sense that somebody comes to you for, not common sense, but technically it would be a certain urge for you that if somebody came to you and needed your help, especially somebody under your club, I guess, it would be a first reaction to be like, yeah, your priority. But it's actually kind of nice to see that from Monica. Just thinking back to the main game though, man, this side stories really make the main game hurt, don't they? Okay, let's find somewhere quiet. Yuri nods and follows Monica as the two of them set off.
How are you today?
Huh? Me?
Well, yes.
Oh gosh, I was just caught off guard. I'm doing well today, just tired. I never seem to get enough sleep during the week.
How come?
Oh, I don't know. I think I'm get easily distracted. I get really sucked into things and start neglecting the time.
Me too. I do that too.
Hey, this classroom is empty. Let's go in there. After peering inside, Monica opens the classroom door and the two of them enter. Always sleepy, always tired. That's a constant feeling every single time. I can't remember the last time I actually woke up from bed or anything and this is well rested. Yuri's frustration of relaxation ends. Wait, I didn't read that right. Yuri's moment of relaxation ends. She watches as Monica pulls 2 chairs up to the same desk, then obeys as Monica beckons her to take a seat. She stares down at the empty desk. You nervous?
I don't want to do this.
We don't have to. We can come up with something else. Yuri shakes her head.
It's my chance to do something good. I need to take the initiative.
Gosh, you must be really determined. I know how hard it is to step out of your comfort zone. I'll be sure to encourage you. Yuri pushes through her anxiety and grabs a handful of lined paper from her notebook. Then she picks up her pen. Aw, how cute. Hey, you're left-handed. That's neat.
Ah, yeah.
What are you, mental paradox? Left-handed, right-handed, or what is it, omnidextral? Is that what it's called? Where it's both and doesn't really matter? Yeah, the sleep part. See, with me, sometimes I have to go to bed early because I was like, I have an exam the next day I need to do, or things like that. Or my dad needs help with moving something, so I want to be well rested so I can do that. Right-handed myself. Ooh. That's the common one, right? I can't remember, right? It's normally right-handed. Like right-handed to write, or just use your right hand predominantly for everything? Now I don't have to worry about bumping your arm. Oh, that actually does turn out very well, huh? We can both... Wait, can I bring that down? How can I bring that? I can't bring that down. No, because... That's worse. Myself, I'm omnidextral, so I write mostly right-handed, but I use my left hand for everything else. Like, I bat left-handed, I can skate left-handed. Shoot, are we robot? Are we robots? Okay, I don't think we're robot, right? We're not robot. I don't think so. No robot. Okay, good, thanks. But yeah, like I was saying, I mostly use my left hand for everything else, but I write right-handed. I actually used to write left-handed, but when I had a teacher a long time ago, like in 2nd grade or 1st grade, I don't remember, they taught us to write right-handed instead, and so I kind of learned more and grew up with writing right-handed. But apparently when I was younger, my parents used to tell me I always wrote left-handed, so that was interesting. It was an interesting experience because everyone always stared at me. They're like, you're left-handed, I swear. And I'm like, am I? I don't know. And then they see me write, they're like, what are you? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know. So how nice it would be just to have predominantly one hand that does all the work for you. Because especially like cutting food when you're using a knife and fork, I always kind of get confused. Is like one hand wants to do it, but then the other hand's like, I need to do it. It's like, make up your mind. It's a frustration that I've lived with, which is strange because I've never really heard anybody else live with it before. Monica playfully rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. Sorry, I'm just being silly, I guess. Anyway, how about we start by listing the different things you want to say to her? Yuri thinks.
I feel embarrassed all of a sudden.
It's okay. How about some of the things you said to me yesterday?
But, never mind. I guess I'll try.
Yuri thinks for a moment longer. Her tension evident. I don't know why that word threw me off. Then she writes the word reflection. The name of the side story. This is about my
reflection on my behavior. The key question is why we act like this towards each other, but we have have been able to separately be friends with Sayori and Monica. That's me! Yes, it is. So, Yuri thinks. I've been able to befriend the two of you because you've taken the time to understand my needs and respect my interests. The same goes for Natsuki too. We started off as pretty hostile to each other because I was so worried about getting what I wanted, but she just wanted to be respected more than anything else. I have to say, I like this, what is it? CGS? CG. I want to call it CGI, but that's not CGI. It's CGS, right? I really like this one a lot. Has to be one of my favorites. This one and the one with Monica and Sayori. Getting what I wanted, but she just wanted to be respected more than anything else. Once I stopped making it all about me, she was able to do the same. I wanted to do that too. So what kind of things do you want to do for her? I guess I can see that, because if you can't use like your other hand to do stuff, it kind of feels like it's a useless part of your body. I guess I can see that. But I don't know, it's always been a frustration. CG? Okay. I was like, I can't remember what this is called. I've seen it before, but I just couldn't remember. So, thank you for that. I learned something. Oh god. I almost dropped the controller. Where is that? Okay. I want to do the same things for her that I like to receive. I like it when people respond positively to the things I talk about and not just brush me off. I like it when my feelings are taken seriously. And I like when you and Sayori trust that I want to be a good person, even when I'm not doing a good job at it. Let's write those things down. Okay. Yuri writes some things down. I think the most important thing to remember here is that Natsuki is feeling vulnerable. So we should... Hey, I was able to say that word without being messed up. Now I'm going to be conscious of it. Great. So we should make sure that the letter puts her first. It's hard when you're feeling hurt, but it never helps to just tell someone all the things that they're doing wrong. I think first you have to make sure that they know you're ready to respect them and listen to them and admit the things that you feel you could do better. Then finally, you ask for what you would like in return. How does that sound for the structure? It could be 3 paragraphs, one for each of those points. I like that. My thoughts were so disorganized, I had no idea how to come up with any kind of structure. You're so amazing at these things. Oh, stop. You've done so much more than I have, you know? You spent so much time reflecting and being open-minded. That's the hardest thing for anyone to do. And all I'm doing is helping you put it on a piece of paper. So I think you're the amazing one. Monica gives Yuri's hand a quick squeeze. But as she lets go, she's caught by surprise when Yuri curls her fingers to hook Monica. Wait, what does she do? I was like, wait a second. Monica gives Yuri's hand. Oh, okay. Curls her fingers to hook Monica's hand in place. For a while, they sit like that in silence, save for the occasional scratching of Yuri's pen against the paper. Aw, how sweet. Although it's weird that reading that and their hands are not anywhere close to each other. I mean, they're next to each other, but no way connected. Yesterday you told me something that I'm thinking about a lot. What was that? A thing about how feelings aren't right or wrong and that they're just a state of being we need to come to terms with. It made me think about how a person's behavior isn't always just how they decide to be. It's also made of their past experiences and their insecurities. I think that it helps me see other people as actual people rather than as insignificant side characters who are out to get me somehow. Getting spicy. I was thinking that exact same thing, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. But thank you, you said it for me. Please, more comments like that. They're always welcome.
I think that helps me see each other. Oh, that's right. We just said that. Huh. I guess to her, like, the world is like a book to her. And she's the main character of her story. Which makes sense as a way to look at life. Is that how you feel about Natsuki? Yuri nods.
When in reality, everyone is always trying their best, and everyone wants to be happy.
Monica peers over at Yuri's paper, but to her surprise, Yuri pulls it in closer, partially covering it with her arm. I have to be able to read it to help out, you know?
It's okay. My thoughts are a lot more organized now after being able to talk to you about it. Now that I'm actually putting it on paper, I realize I'd really prefer others not to read it.
Yuri laughed softly to herself, a rare expression. I'm kind of glad to hear that, actually. I somehow keep finding ways to butt into this whole thing. I've done enough damage. But it's also been so wonderful talking about this. I mean, I always thought you were really smart, but... Yuri smiles. Wait, but? Yeah, so she's not smart?
I will always be terrible at these things. People are just so incomprehensible to me. I'll never get the hang of being one. But listening to you so much has really helped me make sense of things. So just don't call it damage, please.
Monica gives Yuri a gentle smile.
I can't believe I came to this club looking for fantasy geeks and all I got was real friends who value me.
Is that a joke?
Of course it is.
I still can't tell with you.
Sorry.
No, I love it. Please never change.
As you wish.
You're right, this is getting spicy. Yuri glances at the clock.
We're almost out of time.
Will you be able to finish?
Before the end of the day? Probably. But I don't want to come to the club the same day as that Natsuki reads it. Too shy.
I can give it to her instead if you like. Yuri nods.
As long as you promise not to read it.
Of course, I promise.
Thank you.
Yuri exhales and the two stand up.
I'll message you when it's ready.
Monica nods. Good luck. I'm here if you need me. Yuri returns a nod and the two depart. Oh. Okay, fine. You don't get to read it. Thanks. It's probably not till the next side, sorry. But I do want to check. We got music. We got pictures. Is it from his reflection too? What's with the flower? Is that what a jasmine looks like? No. Is it? I was thinking about, like, in the side stories, it always seems like Monica is her presence is really in these side stories big time, like, greatly in these. And I thought that was kind of curious as to, like, why? Is it they're trying to build on her character instead of just like, oh, she's the... sorry about that. Okay. That she's the self-aware character and all that. And trying to build more about who she was and everything and give her more character, I guess, in a way. But that thought did cross my mind that, it really seems like everyone kind of clings to her a bit, don't they? That would be an interesting story for Monica to be the hero. Respect to... Oh, so this was the other... Wait, no. This was reflection, not respect. And what's this? Some cats. Is that what a jasmine looks like? I don't remember. I don't think I've ever seen Jasmine. Because that was her... That was her sense thing. No. Where do I know Jasmine from? Jasmine tea, right? Or am I getting Jasmine confused with something else that I heard recently? I don't know now. I just know Jasmine from... Unless that is a Jasmine tea. Great, now I'm stuck on it. Okay, that's cute. Well, let's... How to X, yes. Cool. I guess I could look it up, but I'm a little lazy to do that. Anything else we got? No, that was all the pictures. Okay, let's go to the interesting story parts. Uh-oh. We saw something last stream about OMG, like 1255 or something like that, no? Is this OMG? Is this it? This is from Ives, so it's that Ive guy. And this is day... Yeah, we're going backwards. I really wonder why. I almost kind of want to read it now. I wonder what that would be like. I'm sure it probably exists. There's so many things that fanfiction has. Okay, subject OMG. Okay, who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for Monica? Wait, does this exist? Does a Twitter account for Monica actually exist? I have to check this real quick. Hold on. Does this actually exist? Is there actually a Twitter account for Monica? Wait. Do you know anything about this mental paradox? Because I don't even know what to look up. Why? Because I'm afraid if I look up Monica, I'm just going to get a lot of copycats. Is there actually one that exists just, like, actually connected to this game? Like, isn't, like, somebody else monitoring, like, the account? There is one? Okay, hold on, let me see. Well, I don't have Twitter. I should probably download it. Oh my god, you are right! I'm gonna have to look through these posts later on. Ah! Oh, no, sorry. I thought I dropped the controller again. She tells you she has one space. She does? Oh. Wait a second. Didn't the original game come out in 2017? Why does that count show like it's been out before then? Oh, that's creepy. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to look through that Twitter account later on. That sounds very interesting now. Ooh. I think it's hilarious, but for God's sakes, don't tell Paula. It would get 404'd in a microsecond. Are you just relaying her tweets manually, or did you code some kind of pass-through layer to automate it? Based on the contents of the tweets, and you not screaming for help, I assume they're coming from the control simulation. Or did you code some kind of pass-through layer to automate it? Who is this directed to? So Paula's that girl, the one who wrote that letter to Ive. That's the one that we keep saying that there might be some similarities between her and Monica. 404. Is that like an... Why do I reckon? It's like an error code, right? It's in... That would be... Now I really have to scroll through all of those. I think I might actually have to, because it's... Wait. Is there a folder for 404? Are you just relaying the tweets manually, or did you... See, because I want to know who they're talking to, because they're saying, are you just relaying her tweets manually? So is it basically saying here, like, Monica say something and they tweet it out for her? Or did you to automate it? Huh. Based on the content of the tweets, That is true. She's not screaming for help. Does she ask for help? I don't know if she does. I have to look through for that. I assume they're coming from the control simulation. Oh. Oh, I think we have something here. Okay. So, files, internal, 404. Oh my god, there's something! And I can't open it because I have to figure out what time. Great, I don't even know what time. Is there any hint in past, like, my notes? Do I have anything for this? Is there? Where is it? Where's my notes? Here it is. Hold on. Let me move myself real quick. Move out of the way. There we go. Let's see. Wait. There was something. What was it? What did I have? In last stream, right? Hold on, I'm gonna go check that out real quick. Let me see. There was something in last stream. Last stream I had something. Nope. Not there. Where is it? Get out of the way. Why can't I open you? Okay, wait. When did I... Dang, I didn't take pictures from last stream, did I? Shoot, I should have taken pictures. Hold on, give me a second. Because now I'm really curious as to what's going on. Because I don't see it till... I didn't start looking through files to the end, right? Right? It was something like that. Ow! Okay, hold on. Okay. Come on, open the files. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. There should have something here. Because I put up this to put in. It should be in here. Ah, I know it's here. Oh, there it is. It is. It's 12:55. They give me a time. It's 12:55. Okay. Let me go back to here. Okay. All right. I think I figured it out. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna put up the other screen so I can go ahead and do this. Okay. So let's go fix this time to 12:50. I hope I'm right. Because if so, then, oh my god, this is going to be amazing. Especially what the name of that file is. There you go. Alright. Uh-oh. Are you not on the dock? There we go. There we go. Alright, cool. Oh, it's a lot of stuff. Hold on. Just gonna... Alright, it's gonna be a little bit over here. I'm gonna read this. Doki Doki Literature Club. Welcome to the rebellion. We're all working our asses off with our jobs on the line, so we might as well have some fun with it too, right? I totally get why Paula wants to rush into data collection, but my proposal is to shift our efforts a little and build out some new features for making a real-time connection to the VM more useful and fun. If we're basically simulating a miniature universe, then it's kind of a waste to not be able to spend some quality time in there, right? But actually, more useful and fun. If we're basically simulating a miniature universe, then it's kind of a waste to not be able to spend some quality time there, right? But actually, I think wrapping this whole thing
in the guise of a video game is a great and hilarious way of covering our tracks. And if we do a good enough job, we might even be able to present it to Paula as a useful endeavor. Key selling points: 5 to 6 hours of misery, dread, and cute girls. Learn through the existential crises of others and how to cope with your own simulated universe. Witness the destruction of a universe over and over in video game form. This is going to be absolutely amazing. And no, the irony isn't lost on me. Creating a secret team within a secret team is more meta than I signed up for. And that's saying something, considering we literally work for Metaverse Enterprise Solutions. We can come up with a fake game studio and everything too. Obviously, is the fake team supposed to be Team Salvato? The creators of this game, like the actual literal creators? Obviously, no plans to go public with this, but it would be a good part of the whole disguise. Plus, I want a cool team name that makes us feel like a bunch of heroes for saving the universe. Kidding, but we're at least saving our jobs, something like Team Salvation. Oh my gosh! Ah, detective time, yes. There's no really anything to explain from this. So, this isn't a video game. This is literally a simulated, I guess technically in a way, a video game, kind of, but so learning through basically the fact that Monica's aware they knew that that was going to happen and just wanted to see what she would do and how she would cope with it. Oh my god. And destruction over and over and over. So, is Monica aware of that too? Is she aware that she's part of it in the fake video game, or is that not true? Because I guess the problem here is what exactly showed her that she was in a simulated universe? Did she, like, we don't know to the extent of what she saw on her side. That would be actually something very interesting to see. Like, the way that she discovered that she was in a game, that would be very interesting to see through her eyes. This is going to be absolutely amazing, and the irony is lost to me. Team Salvato, the entire team that made the game, they used the disguise to get in. So it's like, okay, who's who? Who's... Oh my gosh. But wait, this part doesn't make sense. Like a bunch of heroes saving the universe. But they're not saving the universe, they're just saving their jobs. But what does that mean? What were their jobs and why were they in trouble? Oh my god, this revealed a lot, didn't it? To the rebellion, though. Apparently, Paula just wants to get this over with. Did she feel like some connection to these characters, maybe? And she just hates that. Yeah. I guess, yeah, she doesn't really give off the idea of the experiment thing. But oh my god, wait a second. Yuri's book, when she talks about in the second act about there being human experiments, is this kind of referencing to this kind of idea? Oh my gosh. That was something. I don't even know where to go from there to look for files. Maybe it'll pop up somewhere again in the story stuff. But geesh, okay, well, that was a lot to take in right then and there. Let me move myself back over to the other side real quick. Sheesh. Okay. Is there anything else? That's all the mail we got, huh? You know what? That's what I wanted to check. I wanted to see... Was internal? Read this again. This is a scratch disk. Do not use it to store sensitive or permanent things. If you need to access the need access to files from the encrypted file share, copy them to your disposable drive and plug it directly into the thin client. Do not copy them here. Rhea is working on setting up proxy mail servers so we can have proper remote communication without having to worry about the higher-ups. Keep everything offline until then. So they're keeping this from their bosses. Like, big time. Almost like they really shouldn't be messing with stuff like this. Nothing really here. I wanted to get the list of their names. Wait, what? Oh, that's right. Not so far from tower rotation. That's right. Okay. Well. Okay, well, what do we have left? We have these two sides. Wait, is this all the side stories? Wait a second. They said there is 6 in total, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god, this really is all of them. I wonder, huh. Okay, well, and then we still have the main side story to go through again. And I wonder if that'll get any more mail. Because I don't know how many more mails are in total. I probably should look up how many there are. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I'll do that after next stream. But I think that's going to be it for today. Because I know internet connection is fine, but it's kind of been going on for an hour and a half here. It shows on my side at least. Yeah, it's almost been an hour and a half. So I think that's really going to be it for this time. Hopefully, let me switch screens real quick. Alright, so, I didn't mean to move that. But next time, I wonder. Maybe for the side stories. Maybe just to kind of see more of what would happen if, because they seem to be like completely separated. I think they mean by maybe they're hiding, because I remember in one of the emails or letter thingies or files, they did mention about the fact that they wanted to try hiding the ability of being remembering from another, from Monica, so that she can't notice it so easily. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. I'm hoping we'll get some more information about what's so special about the whole side story stuff and what makes them important. Because don't get me wrong, it's cool and all, the side stories, learning more about the characters, but it kind of feels a bit empty. Like, sure, I know, so I've heard from the original game, it's just the main game that we're seeing, and it was only on PC, which I might go check out why later on, probably mess with the files there, but it kind of feels like with this new version of the game, like, sure, we have some files, we have the realization of that this is a company that created a simulated universe. As to why, not too sure. Maybe they're experimenting with things, maybe they're scientists, I don't know. Like, there's that element, and sure, it's interesting and stuff, but it just feels like missing something really crucial. Like, what's the connection between the side stories, the main game, and this company? What is its true purpose? What makes it terrifying? Is it the fact that these people are experimenting on a simulated universe, and unfortunately, at least one of the characters might be suffering because of it? Not too sure. It's never really shown. So hopefully later on we'll learn it. Maybe in the mails, maybe if there are more files I need to find, or maybe there'll be a secret side story, maybe, hopefully. I'm kind of hoping for that. But anyways, that's going to be it for this stream. Next stream we'll be picking up the last side story that's shows. Will be for Yuri. What was it? Self-love? Is that what it's called? I forgot already. But we'll be continuing on with that side story, and then hopefully we'll get some more done on the file stuff, and then continue on with the main game, which should be pretty quick, maybe. And yeah. So I think that'll be it for the stream. There will be a stream Friday at around the same time, and that's all I have to say. So thank you so much, Mental Paradox, for being here, and I'll see you guys then. Bye!